Okay, Remax Distinctive. It's Dan Bouchard again. We are now going to jump into Skyslope with a transaction, a listing transaction that is now has been submitted to compliance. Compliance has reviewed the file, and so let's go in and take a look at it. This is the listing, and if I go to the checklist, I can see here that the entire checklist is either labeled with green or light blue flags. And so that means that compliance has accepted all of the documentation and everything looks to be in order. So now we are ready to go ahead and add in an accepted contract. We're going to create a transaction. The listing information is all right here. Everything was previously added in here. Now we're adding in the sale price. The actual sale price is here. We're adding in this data. Office lead, no. So I'm entering in all of this information here just as it factually exists. It is a pending status currently. So assuming everything fits in this direction, we should be able to proceed. So here it is. So now here is the seller. Please don't call my seller. Please don't contact my seller. And we're going to edit this field because it's going to require us to put a phone number in there just for compliance sake. We have a check mark here, so now we can proceed on to the buyer. And my buyer's name is Afsar. Whoops. Hajipur or something like that. Spell that right. Okay, we don't have any of the other information here, so we'll move on to the next one. We'll save that. Now there's a check mark on the purchaser tab. Let's go to the title tab. We're going to go to, I don't know who the actual closing officer will be, so we're just going to say KVS title. All right. Again, I don't know who it is at the moment, but we'll just say KVS. Not who I am advocating, it's just who the buyer chose for their contact, for their settlement. Come on. Come on. Copy this damn thing. Copy that. Now we will plug it into our Skyslope tab for the phone number. KVS Bethesda. And I don't know what this is. So we'll just go abc at kvs.com. Now, I would recommend not doing this, actually finding out who the person is, because you can then go ahead and keep them in the loop with transactions by having their email address and their name and all this data filled in. But for the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and put it in this way. And again, for the attorney, it's going to be the same. KVS. Save it. Okay, so now we can scroll back up. Now we've got a check mark here. The agent representing the other side is Sheila. Coruscanian. And her phone number. And she is with... All right, so now that we've got her information in here, we're adding her in there. And now I can submit that. Okay. Let's review the final information for the financing. No, it's not a personal deal. I've got this data is all fine here. Data is fine. Will your brokerage hold the earnest money? No, our brokerage is not holding the earnest money. There is no referral on this. There is no other split. It's going completely to me. So we're hitting submit, and that's where it is. Okay, so now what we've got is I have the opportunity to go ahead and use this email address again. Come on. Copy email address. Create a new email. I can go ahead now and pull my ratified contract, drop it into the email, and simply send it to the email address. So we'll give this a minute or two to populate. And come on, populate. I could also just simply upload it here. So if I could go up here and pull it directly from my file on the computer, and I know it's in this one, and I know it's here, and here it is. It's uploading here. So that's two ways of uploading it into the transaction. So you can see the email version is here, and now the manual version is here. So if I check this, and now I can take this one document and split it all up, it will take all of the pages of the transaction and itemize them. So first of all, we're going to look here, and residential contract of sale. Boom, that's that one. Disclosures of inclusions. So we're going to go inclusions. Boom, that's that one. Consent for dual agency, that's correct. Page 15 of 15. Oh, is the affiliated business. That needs to be added. So we're going to leave that one blank because I need to add that to the checklist. We do have to have the affiliated business disclosure. The notice, that's correct. This is the way that this is the notice to buyer and seller of residential sales transactions. Disclosure of information for lead-based paint, that is correct. Prince George's County, no, that one's not correct. So here we are looking for the DNA addendum in Prince George's County. And that's going to be called Prince. That's going to be jurisdictional addendum. Additional as-is addendum, that's been crossed out. So we're going to leave that one blank. We're going to leave this one out. Protect your family. That's this one. That is fine. As is residential property disclosure. In this case, we're going to go ahead and add a row. And then this one is going to be, so we'll just cross this one out. All right, so now all of that, those fields are populated for the required. It took the document, the entire PDF document, and it used its intelligence to figure out which forms fit into the which checklist items, and did a pretty good job with it. And so now what we have is an ability to go ahead and take this whole transaction, and let me expand my window here so we can see this. A split and assign. So we'll split and assign it. Nice job. Okay, so now we have the ability to go to the checklist. Okay, in this case, I am not representing the buyers, so buyer rep other side. Save. Both parties represented. Save. That one's okay. Not a team. Save. This one here I'll have to come back to. The inclusions, lead-based paint for lead poison prevention program is not tenant occupied in Maryland. That's the way that we do it. If it is not occupied, we don't require that document. Escrow agreement. So now the escrow agreement, I do have that. It's just not in this document. So I'll have to come back and add that later. Furthermore, FERPTA does not apply. Any financing addenda. This was an all-cash deal, and I will have to add that evidence here shortly. The Maryland property disclosure. This is a trust transaction. So, transaction. So no disclosure. Save this. There was none. No property disclosure. No inspection. Save that. That one's already attached. Oops, I'm going to have to fix that in the checklist. Not applicable. This is not applicable either. So I need to fix some things in the checklist. Not applicable. I do have this document, so we will upload that later. All right, so that's what I have available right now. We're not ready for the closing documents yet, so we will go ahead and allow this to proceed. Here are the listing documents, so we're going to go ahead and review those and get this processed. So that's the way our transaction looks right now. And once we are able to get all of our reds taken care of and removed, and get all of our oranges reviewed and processed by compliance and accepted by compliance, then we will be in a position to go ahead and move the transaction from the current status of needing all this information all the way down to closing documents and getting all that stuff done. So that's our presentation for this class. If you have any questions, give me a call at 202-309-2339, or give Granny's Mavra or Eugene a call at the office. Thanks. Take care.